Shows we've taken you all the way. To lift your leg on.
Hey, welcome back everybody. Now, this is a subject that I've had a few people, not everyone, but a few people ask me about, and that's just general working out, keeping fit for trials riding. Well, my friend Rab, who I'm sure a lot of you have seen in the vlogs before,
hello,
is going to put me through a bit of a fitness test. Now, I actually have no idea what we're going to do today, but my bike is hooked up to a, what is this?
it's a Wahoo kicker. Basically what this is, it measures your power output, and we're going to combine it with Zwift for a bit of fun. So we had Cathro in here a couple of months ago going through a very similar test to you.
So what is it you're actually going to do to me?
Well, that's been up to for a bit of debate, and I've decided we're going to get you to do a peak power test, which means we're going to go for as high a power output you can do in about 6 seconds, so basically sprint as hard as you can, and then we're just going to take you through a classic ramp test to fail and see
Great.
see what your max aerobic power is.
So I'm sure you guys have seen Rab in my videos before as a rider. He's been out on the motorbikes, into the enduros, he's got a BMX, can do backflips and junk. But what is it you actually do? You've got a bit of history with cross-country racing.
Yeah, I've been like an endurance racer, if you like, since I was about 15. I would probably say that's where I kind of cut my teeth in riding bikes. And I'm a cycling coach. I've done fitness tests again since I was 15. Probably I think my first one I did was over at Edinburgh University as part of getting on a Scottish youth programme. And I've done them all the way through, like British cycling programme, Scottish cycling programme, at various institutes of sport. And it's interesting with fitness testing because a lot of people get stressed out by them, but it's not like a case of pass or fail. The whole point of a fitness test is to basically set a marker of where you are, how fit you are. The main purpose of it is to set what we call training zones, so you can structure training as you go on. So a lot of people band around words like cardio and VO2 max and threshold, but unless you actually know what the values are, how they feel, and also heart rate, your kind of heart rate and heart rate zones for that, you're just training like a bit blind. So in terms of just basically meaning that you can train a bit smarter and like, I guess, waste less time. So you just train all the right things, you'll be way more efficient, and that's the whole purpose. That and also monitoring kind of progress. So if you're training towards something, you can see if your training's working and you're getting better. So we had Cathro in here tail end last year or maybe start of this year to go through a ramp test to set his training zones. And the beauty of these kind of tests with smart trainers these days like the Wahoo, you can get people can test themselves at home if they've got the kit. So
it's pretty cool because that's actually my bike that's on the machine, which is sweet.
Certainly when I started doing these, it was not something you could do at home. Like I said, I would go to university and go on like back in the day it was like a king cycle rig is what they called it. When I was at British Cycling down in Manchester, it was an SRM rig, which you're talking like thousands of pounds worth of kit. I mean, this is still £1,000 worth of kit. It's not super cheap, but it's more affordable, and it's the kind of thing you can use your own bike on as well.
For sure. So I think today's going to be quite interesting. Obviously, I'm active, I'm riding bikes all the time, but I'm a trials rider. I don't really do endurance stuff, I don't really do long distance stuff. I'd say my strength is my explosive power. So it'll be interesting to see what today's results are going to be.
Everyone's different the way you put together, because I thought it was interesting because you're almost like, I'm so unfit, and it's clear that you're not unfit. You're really good at what you do. You're really good at what you're good at. Yeah. But it's just your idea of fitness is maybe what necessarily doesn't come naturally to you.
Got you. Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, how should we start?
Right. Well, I'm just going to set up the rig a little more. I've got to get a heart rate strap for you to wear.
Cool.
And then we'll get you warmed up.
So been about 5 minutes warming up now. Tell you what, this thing is actually pretty sweet. I've never used one of these before, but those are actually real people who are riding with me. Technology, eh?
Science.
It's good.
It's incredible.
Oh, that guy's overtaking me.
Race him. Pedal faster. Go, go, go. Come on, come on, come on. That's more like it. That's more like it.
There we go. Eat my dust.
See that? 500 watts with his hands up the bars. Incredible, holding the camera.
It's going to end in tears.
It's all going to end in tears.
Right. Is that warmed up now?
I think a little bit longer. Let's take it to 10 minutes and then we'll do a couple of high cadence activation sprints. So
I have no idea what that is.
So that basically means getting your muscles firing, get your neural pathways going. So getting your legs going fast, but not with too much load. So it's not like a full gas sprint.
Yep.
It's what we would call like an activation effort, just to get you ready. And then we're going to do some really full gas sprints. So in about 20 seconds, just what we call like an activation sprint. So not loads of load. The power output's not going to be huge, but your legs are going to go super fast. Okay. So we're going to go in about 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and wind it up. Nice fast legs. Pick it up faster, 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 faster. Keep it going. Up, 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 and hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. Up, 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 and relax. Good, next one. Gets the heart going. A couple of minutes relaxing. Tell us the heart rate's going up there, you can tell by the fan.
So that was a ramp up test?
Wasn't a ramp up test, so it was like a ramp, we're doing like a ramp warm up. So
this is the warm up?
This is the warm up. We've not done any testing yet.
I'm loving this technology though. First time I've ever used it. So cool that you've got so many other people already involved. You can either tag in with a group that's already there, set your own pace or whatever. And you've got this machine here which raises your front wheels if you're going up a hill. That's awesome, people can chat to each other. Thank you very much. Okay, I want one.
Has to be said, I think Ali's one of the very few people who's done a fitness test on flat pedals. That's trials rider. So there's going to be, what we're going to maybe do 2 to 3 of these peak power sprints. They're going to be fairly, not super long, but they're going to be, we're looking for kind of basically peak power, the biggest power you can make. Try and make the biggest number as possible.
Okay. I think I need to get a better saddle as well. I've got a BMX dirt jump on here.
Have you got any padding on your shorts? None at all.
None at all.
Insane. Okay, when we hit 28 minutes, I'll count you in, and I want you to just, probably from where you are, really wind it up, and then we can kind of get a bit of feedback off the back of it and see how we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Up, 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 up! Go, 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 go! Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going! And stop. Okay, I think we might need someone to stand on the back here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go, 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 go! Full gas, up, 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 up! Keep it going! And there we go, that's good. And relax.
Yes, fan.
Fan's going.
Give it to me. Can you blow on me as well?
Just like that.
Why are the dinosaurs?
That's where the dinosaurs are.
We'll be right back.
Interesting, because doing a seated sprint on a turbo trainer, it's really hard to get a high power output. And combine that with having flat pedals to get power output you got, pretty good.
What was the power output?
945 watts, I think, was your peak that you got.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's better than me.
Is that much?
It's almost as good as Katie.
Yeah. So Rob's partner Katie, who was sat over there, is an Olympic track cyclist, so if anyone's going to have a high power input, she's going to have that.
She's pretty fast.
I bet.
Chris Hoy at his best would be around about 2,500. Not even joking.
Okay. So having a few more minutes rest and gonna go on to what's possibly going to be the most brutal test in a minute.
Next we're going to do a max aerobic power ramp test. So every minute the resistance and the power output needed to turn the trainer around is going to increase.
Oh no.
So every minute it's going to go up 20 watts.
Oh,
It's going to start super low. You're going to be turning the pedals away feeling fine, and it's just going to get harder and harder and harder and harder.
And when does it
go until you can't go anymore?
Excellent.
So we're going to see definitely going to see some high heart rates, and we're going to see some, might see some high numbers as well.
Might even see the porridge I ate just before coming in.
Hopefully not.
One of my legs suddenly feel like they weigh 2 tons each.
Yeah. 1 minute and 44 seconds till this starts. Now when it starts, it's going to start at 100 watts.
It's not started yet.
Well no, but you're warming it. It's at 100 watts. So it starts at 100 watts, which is less than what you're doing currently. If you can hit 560, we'll be completed it. That's it. Remember when you were at school and people would talk about people completing the beat test?
Yeah.
That's completing the beat test.
We never did the bleep test.
You never did the bleep test?
Never did the bleep test.
No, we need to do it. Just keep going until you can't anymore, okay? It's going to start now, but we're starting real easy. It's going to be, control it, and it's going to be easier than what you're currently doing. Just stay seated, stay focused.
I like the motivation.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? I like it. Technology, so good.
It is good.
So then the resistance is gradually going to increase. You just need to keep that same pedaling rate. It'll take care of it, okay? You're doing better than that. When Cathro was doing this, someone overtook him and he wanted to chase them. He'd already lost concentration. Yeah, that's the cadence is starting to lift now. That's nice. Good, good. Keep it going. Yeah, pedaling is super nice. 90 RPM. Just to go. Yeah, you're going to be breathing hard. It's going to ramp up again. Now keep it going. Just take it to the end of each step, okay? Superb, superb. Keep it going, Ali. Keep it going. That's good. It's going to ramp up again and we're going to keep driving, okay? All the way to the next step, okay? In 10 seconds we're going again. That's good. Keep on top of that gear. Try and keep it above 90. Good, good, good. Okay, and drive it. Good, 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 good. Keep. Good effort. Good effort. Get your breath back. Get your breath back.
That's brutal.
It's not brutal, it was short. Easy. Easy. Come for a fitness test, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Shows we've taken you all the way. To lift your leg on.
How'd I do?
You went to failure, that's for sure. Hit the 260 watt mark in terms of ramping, which again, it just gives you an indication of where you're at just now. There's a few things that we need to do before we draw any conclusions, because what people tend to do is they think about the wattage and then they draw a comparison compared to someone else they know, or they try and draw a comparison. But it needs to be relative to a couple of things. First, the main one is your weight. So what we're really looking at is watts per kilo, and that's showing us watts per kilo at your max aerobic, and it's going to show us watts per kilo at threshold as well.
Okay.
We weighed you today, like middle of the day, when you were hydrated and fueled. You said you're normally around about 73. So we would work that out based on your weight. Now what we would take from this is we would say, right, that's drawing a marker, a baseline test that you say you're not trained and don't feel fit at the moment, and then we would try and put together a training plan for you going forward from this. Now, in terms of training, to see any, big changes, you're probably talking 6 months, 8 months,
Yeah.
and that was when you would actually see really, really big benefits. If you're able to get a setup like this, I mean, I think a setup like this in the flat would be awesome.
That would be good.
Everyone could train on. We even get Danny on it.
Yeah. I survived. That was awesome. I thought I was going to real suffer, crash and burn, and basically almost throw up, because that's pretty much what happened when I went to the gym and went on the assault bike. I pushed too hard, but Rab kept me right. He was really good. Didn't push me too hard, but pushed me enough, so I definitely feel it worked. My legs feel super heavy, and yeah, that was actually real good fun. So actually, fairly interesting. Obviously I do ride a little bit of mountain biking, but I am a trials rider, and trials riding, you're not riding up hills, you're not spinning the pedals very much. It is kind of more explosive things. So I certainly wasn't expecting myself to be an exceptionally fit or high aerobic power output type rider. So I'm actually quite happy to be, you know, within mid-pack kind of numbers.
So generally what we say as good is 3.5 watts per kilo. So if we're at 3.5 times your 73, if we could get that up to 255, which is, yeah, that's quite a significant bump up. I think it's probably possible. Yeah, that would be hitting a good. And if you could get that up, it would. What you would notice if you could improve your functional threshold power, although it's not that relevant for trials or even necessarily enduro, it would make the transitions for the enduros way more manageable and way easier. So the whole day wouldn't be as taxing.
Well, that's what I found when I've done the climbs, and then I actually enter the stage.
Yeah.
I've got jelly legs.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do a downhill track when you've got jelly legs or your grip isn't quite as strong. So
yeah, absolutely. Ali's heart rate must have just gone up really high because the fan's going hard. So the peak power, I think, as well. So that was 12.3, also fair.
Fair. Okay.
There we are.
So my fitness is fair.
Fair. Fair to moderate. Actually, you're pretty close to moderate. You're fair to moderate in terms of fitness. I'm in the middle of writing like training programs on which will be available by Training Peaks. I'm gonna use you as a guinea pig first though.
Oh, nice. Okay.
There we are. WardellCycleCoaching.com. There we are.
Plug.
That was a plug. That was a heavy plug. Yeah. Skills coaching and fitness.
So while Rab is putting a wheel back in the bike,
mechanic now. Jesus.
This Wahoo device and the Zwift setup is actually really awesome, and might have to see about getting one for myself, one for the flat, get the guys using it, get us all fit as a fiddle, eh?
Game changer. Wahoo, yeah. I'm stoked on it.
You've got some really orange lighting going on here.
Really nice, isn't it?
That is the end of this video. So we're gonna do, well, Rab's gonna make a little plan for me. I'm gonna stick to it. And then, yeah, I guess I'll come back in the future and see what improvements are made, if any.
Yeah. Very confident.
Your skills are on the line here.
I'm confident. Anything.
So yeah, hit Rab up online, check out his website, which is
WardellCycleCoaching.com.
and yeah, if you want to get some great advice, he's the chap for you. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that now. I'm gonna cycle home in the dark. Rab's kindly giving me some lights to stay legal because it got dark quick. But yeah, hope you guys found this interesting. I know, like I said at the start, a lot of you guys have been interested to know if I do any fitness regimes, which I don't, but now I do. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Get out, ride your bikes. Catch you next time. Subscribe to me, all that jazz, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.